This morning, I didn't even know if Nolan was alive. I didn't even know if I wanted him to be alive. Now he's left another planet in ruins, and his new kid is sitting in my kitchen.
The Viltrumites took him, Mom. Your dad didn't have a choice.
Oh, like hell he didn't. He didn't have to go to that planet. He certainly didn't have to find a new partner and have a new baby. He's never on the hook for the lives he destroys. Just leaves it for everyone else to clean up. Again and again.
Hey, panelists, welcome back to the show. I'm Art.
And I'm Jamie.
And this episode we are covering, and yes, we are back again.
Yay!
But season 2 of Invincible, the second half, is back, and we are covering that here on this episode of Panels to Pixels podcast. We're covering episode 5, entitled "This Must Come as a Shock." So it's been a long time since we had it. It's been months since we got the last Invincible episode.
Yeah. It actually dropped earlier than I thought it was going to. I thought they were going to push it till the summer, so I'm kind of excited.
I'm surprised too when you mentioned it in Messenger to me, like, hey, it's back. We can record. Yes, this is awesome. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. So
Get to watch it. Yay.
Get to watch it. Yay. And then we figure out if another season's available to us come again, which I'm sure they will. They haven't announced it yet, but I'm pretty sure most definitely. They took a while with this. And we said this the last time with the first half, that I think it had to do with the pandemic, but we found it very odd for the fact that a lot of animated shows were able to still record during the pandemic at that point.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have halted it, especially during the strikes that were going on with the SAG-AFTRA and the WGA, and it didn't really affect anything animated, but I'm pretty sure everybody else was trying to do something in the meantime, because you have to factor in the voice actors had other obligations too.
Yeah, they've got a pretty stacked voice acting cast in the show.
Yeah, and then somebody comes back as a different voice in it, which I really did like within this episode too. So they play double, and then I'm not sure if we mentioned him the last time, but Cliff Curtis came back as Paul. I think he was on the first half as well. So if you all don't remember Cliff Curtis, but he was in Fear the Walking Dead, and he was also in Avatar: The Way of the Water. So he's
I haven't watched that.
he's a New Zealand actor. So he usually has a heavy accent, but it's not as heavy as Taika Waititi, but he's a brilliant actor, I think. But we also get Ross Marquand as Omnipotus, not just as Immortal in this episode. And of course, we got the typical cast as we always do. Since the last time we recorded, I think in news we got Stephen Yeun. He won something.
He did.
He won an Emmy.
Yes.
So, and congratulations to him. It's great. I can't wait to see when he gets an Oscar, because I wouldn't put it past the fact that he got an Emmy.
He's a good actor.
He's a really good actor.
I love seeing him do well.
Yeah, he's grown since The Walking Dead, especially with his first appearance, which would have been The Big Bang Theory, if anybody remembers that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
So, but on to this episode, we kind of digress from the very beginning, but
not us.
Oh, not us. The synopsis for this episode, Jamie.
The synopsis is: the Grayson household is upended when Mark returns to Earth with surprising new responsibilities. Just put it mildly. The Guardians of the Globe face dangers both at home and away.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, accurate.
Definitely with the Guardians of the Globe facing dangers both at home and away. The home one was a shocker to me, but especially what we lose. But we'll get into that later as we get into our discussion points, or just discussion of favorite moments or odd moments within the episode. But your initial thoughts, Jamie, on the episode overall, what did you like? Is something that you didn't like?
I love the show. I thought it was a good episode. I'm not gonna say it was the best episode ever, but I thought it was a really solid episode.
Yeah.
And I really liked how it started. It was very in line. It was very similar to the season 2 opener, where Mark is recovering from being knocked the F out.
Oh yeah.
But instead of it being doom and gloom and, well, also seeing an alternate reality, but instead of it feeling like sad, like it immediately became hopeful, which was nice.
Yeah, those moments of hope within the episode I saw completely, and a little bit of levity of, especially when what I forget what the Martian's name, and it is Shapeshifter or Shapemaster, I forgot, but he how he it's like, and Cecil's like, yeah, we know. We all know. But stuff like that, and then like I said, there was a couple of sad moments, and then obviously moments of growth more with Mark, especially when he comes back to Earth from the planet of Thraxon.
And his stepmom there I forget her name, gave him the good advice. You know, he was like, if we weren't here, you know, if I wasn't here, you guys would, you know, this wouldn't have happened to you. She's like, yeah, but if your dad wasn't here, I wouldn't have my son. And if you weren't here, then we'd all be dead. Like, you know, stop being stupid. He needed that. He needed somebody to do that to him, which nobody was there to do the last time.
Well, Debbie wouldn't be the one. Debbie would try to have him stop whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Cecil would try to have him stop as well, like he's trying to control him.
And his friends are teenagers.
But they're supportive.
They're supportive, but they're not. I think you need to be a little older to say what she said. I think you need to have a little more view of the world to be able to impart that kind of knowledge.
Mature is what you're looking for, I think. And yeah, I would say that too. But the fact is his friends are definitely supportive in his efforts, and know him, like William, Amber, and
Eve.
And Eve, definitely Eve. But the fact is, with Eve coming back, that was a good thing too. Especially the way Rex gets her back, and it's so funny.
Oh yeah, no, his friends are great. He's got a really great support system. Nobody told him, like, basically, shut up. You saved people. It's good that you were there, and it's not your fault. So knock it off.
With me, I really did enjoy the episode. I agree with you, Jamie, completely. Of how it started very similar to the opening sequence that we got in the beginning of the season, and it's like they both wake up. It's like, I'm unconscious. I'm like, all screwed up. Mark's always getting beat up and bloodied, it seems.
Yeah, thank God he's a Viltrumite. Otherwise, he would have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah. What was I like it when the Thraxan stated, it's like, he's got a hole in him. What's leaking out?
I think what's this red liquid? I think it's his blood.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they didn't know what was going on. But the fact is, to move in what we liked about the episode, because we've kind of infiltrated that and just kind of threw that in and overall. But we're moving right into it. But yeah, I love that whole conversation that Andressa had with Mark, and I thought it was really good dialogue. It was one of the few times that we really get that, other than Thaddeus at the very end, that we get with Alan the Alien. The fact that we get Alan the Alien, because that one episode it even says it at the end. He goes, "My eye was looking at me."
Yeah. I love Alan. I'm glad he's there. I like him. Okay, so we'll just talk about the ending now.
Go ahead. It's fine. We could go out of sequence.
Yeah. So Alan, I love Alan. I love super buff Alan. He's adorable.
Yeah.
But you know who Thaddeus' voice is, right?
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Yeah. It's Peter Cullen. I love hearing his voice.
Oh yeah, he's a great voice actor. We not only know him as Optimus Prime, but now as Thaddeus, and he's doing more and more work, and he's doing the con circuit, as we all know. So you can meet Peter Cullen.
I missed him last year. I was a little bummed about that.
Yeah, he's definitely, I'm told he's definitely very approachable, very nice to talk to, very much like but like I met the voice actor of Lion-O
Oh, that's cool.
from Thundercats.
Yeah.
And he signed my Thundercats sword.
Ooh,
I
that's
got
awesome.
a real metal one that they had, and I think I bought it at Terrificon. Rob was right next to me, and Rob's like, "You're really gonna buy it?" I was like, and the guy was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, this is our last one."
Yep.
So
Because you'll kick yourself.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I did it on a whim, and I was like, you know what? And when he goes, "What are you gonna do now?" I said, "I'm gonna get that dude to freaking sign it." But I'm pretty sure Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen gets a lot of stuff from Transformers and their legacy voice actors that we all know. So it's amazing that we con goers like Jamie and myself get to go and meet these people, and it's just to praise them. We get a little jealous of our friend Ben Beck, who does Wilhelm, because he gets to moderate some of these panels, and I think he did Peter Cullen at one
He
point.
did, and he released it. So if you're interested in a Peter Cullen panel, check the Wilhelm podcast. I listened to it. It was really well done. It was really good. I didn't get to see it live, unfortunately, but I think you had to buy a special ticket for it, actually.
Really? I don't remember.
Yeah, there was like
that.
a Peter Cullen experience.
Huh, interesting. And I think he was able to get the YouTube for it, like the video. There's certain cons listeners that if you go to, it's some weird thing that they don't allow the moderator of the panel to take the video, even though they've done it. But there are certain cons that will put it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
But, it's like at least.
And you can usually find a fan who recorded it on their phone, too.
Well, they did that with me, with Tony Moore. When I moderated Tony Moore. Actually, it was just me and Tony Moore literally having a conversation at the last The Walking Dead convention that we did, Walker Stalkers. So it was I found it funny. The two people that were in front of me were our two friends, Rima and Jason. and at about maybe 40 people behind them just casually watching, and then one cool fan that was doing video of it, of me and him, which is pretty cool. It's just weird when you have chanting and people rioting about their photo ops to the left.
Oh.
But that was then, and this is now.
Yes.
It's cool to go out there and see these voice actors as they are. Awesome that we do get Peter Cullen as Thaddeus. He did a great job. The fact that he drops the bomb on us and telling Alan of who he is, he literally says, I pulled your life support so that way your body could heal itself, and I was hoping it would get better. And he did. He came back stronger. He goes, look at these muscles.
At first he felt bad breaking the tank.
Typical
it was so
Alan.
Cute. It was so
typical
cute.
Alan, and I just love that about the character. He's like he's so innocent and naive in certain things.
He's adorable
about the universe and the world and people. And he made a great friend in Mark. But now we find out Thaddeus tells him that he is a Viltrumite.
He's the first one to have rebelled. We didn't think anybody did that.
Nope, we didn't think of that.
Wasn't there? I'm trying to remember now. I wanted to do a season rewatch and I didn't.
The history of the episode. I
feel like there was like some kind of comment made when the Viltrumites were fighting.
Yes.
And now we know. I feel like there was a comment. I just don't remember what it was.
They mentioned something happened and then there was an uprising, but they didn't mention of anybody getting away from it. So, and then obviously with Nathan being the way he is, technically he did retaliate against Viltrumites himself, but unfortunately he attacked his own people, attacked the planet that he was sworn to protect and take over, and then realized that he loved his son but wanted more. And then we saw that challenged last season, the first season, of where he had to struggle with that. And left Mark for pretty much dead. But in this season we found some sort of resolution. But Debbie had put it perfectly. It's like, he destroyed another planet and had another kid. And it's just like, and
Debbie's still stuck cleaning up his mess.
Yeah. And she says it flat out. She's stuck cleaning up his mess. She didn't want to have the Mark's brother there, but she kind of realized this is what Mark wants, because
she's taking it for her son.
Yeah, she's gonna deal with it as is, but the funniest is about how Cecil has been listening in. He goes, "It's not like that. We didn't take any video." That would have been disgusting. But
It was funny when he came on. She's like, "Well, just like a normal baby, he doesn't like anything."
exactly. Yeah, little purple people eater.
I mean, the poor baby's got taken away from his mom. Like,
Yeah, well, she explained it. Andressa explained
Oh,
it
no.
perfectly.
it made absolute perfect sense, but that doesn't mean the baby understands what's going on.
No, and it won't remember her probably. But the funny thing is, it made me think, all right, well, if he ages quickly on Thraxin, what happens if he goes to Earth? Will he age faster on Earth as he does on Thraxin? Or is
Well,
it just within his DNA?
I think they made it seem like it was the DNA more than the planet.
Okay.
This isn't.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, this isn't like a Kal-El thing.
Yeah. But and I'm curious to see what powers this kid has.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see.
Because you have to factor in he's Viltrumite. He might not have the Thraxin DNA to make him age quick. He might age normally for all I know.
And he's got to hit a certain age before the Viltrumite kicks in.
Correct.
So will that come faster?
That might happen. So that's something to look forward to, everybody.
He becomes a baby Jack from Incredible.
I miss that. They only put out the sequel not too long ago, and I did enjoy it.
The shorts. My kids like the shorts, so we've watched the shorts a bunch of times on Disney Plus.
Well, that's like me with Minions. I loved all the short movies that they had, and if you get the if you get it on iTunes or on like a Blu-ray or something like that, you get all the multiple amounts, and then I think on like YouTube you could actually find them all. But we digressed again.
Yes.
But
so
yeah,
baby.
The baby, we're looking forward to see him grow and see what powers he gets. Hopefully, and like you said, I agree. Most likely, he'd probably get those earlier for the fact that if he does age quick, or maybe it does a reversal where he does age a little quicker, but not as quick as they do in Thraxin.
Yeah.
And the fact that it might boost up within his DNA and Viltrumite DNA and Thraxin DNA, they might collide to the point where he might get those when he might age up to like age 10 probably in a few months' time.
Which is nice for the plot.
Yeah, which would be great. And then he might get those and he'd be like, the equivalent, like you were saying before, making a funny about it, about Kal-El from Krypton. He might be like a Superboy, and he might be able to work with his brother. He might work with Mark at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be like the other superheroes. He's not going to be able to be amongst the real people, though, because he is purple.
Correct, unless he uses a lot of makeup.
I mean, they make some good makeup, but...
Yeah, that is true. And that's why Cecil was trying to take him away, but I think that it all had to do with Nolan and the fact that he's still trying to control Mark as it is.
Yeah. No, I still don't like Cecil's just trying to control Mark, control all of the supers as best he can.
But yeah, there were some really great moments within it. Like I mentioned it before about Rex getting Adam Eve back.
Yeah.
And the way he talks her into coming back into the Guardians of the Globe.
Oh my God. That first scene with her was breaking my heart.
Yeah. I have it in here. There was a cool song that is Skipping Stones by Olivia Wendell. It worked so well in the opening scene when she's walking past her parents. She just go into her room after eating.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that somber look because literally the last time she tried to help, she kind of destroyed a bunch of things and people got hurt and killed. So she feels like, because she went out on her own, that she is responsible for that. And it's part of growing up, very much like what Mark is dealing with too. And Mark's starting to realize that too from his own experience. And it was a nice moment when they reunite on the spaceship.
Yeah.
And the fact it was amazing that she did come back because she saved everybody from
Yeah, they wouldn't have made it without her.
Yeah. All because of the Martians' warship. And it just destroys it like it's nothing. And then she saves them with the bubble. and then they are able to get onto the warship itself. But
the space team worked really well together.
Yes, they did.
They worked really well together.
Unlike in the very beginning, where they had to deal with Omnipotus, that was voiced by Ross Marquand.
Yeah.
But it seemed to me within that fight itself with just Omnipotus, there were far more Guardians of the Globe than I ever thought. Because I'm like, wait, what is that person? What?
I feel like they keep adding.
Did we get introduced to some of these people already? I'm trying to remember.
I feel like some of them might be. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm like, wait, who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, do we have Star Trek red shirts? What's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't see anybody get killed. That fight kind of came and went, but it looked kind of cool. I wanted to see the whole thing.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. That's one thing that kind of bothers me with this show is they'll do just like a quick flash of, oh, this is what's going on elsewhere. I'm like, yeah, but I want more of that. Oh, I guess I'm not getting it.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Right. But they don't even say meanwhile at the Legion of Doom. Like, you just get this like cut scene and then it disappears again and you don't.
I really did enjoy the fight though on Earth while they were in space, but we lose Duplicate in the process to the I think it's the Serpent Society.
It was beautifully gory though.
Yeah, she can't duplicate while she's in Komodo Dragon's grasp.
Yeah.
And he was already banging and tearing apart all her duplicates, but it got to that point where he just smashes the last two. Like she duplicates real quick and smashes them together, and that's it.
That was heartbreaking.
And which sucks too because of what Rex says during the battle. Hey, Kate, remember who dies first pays for pizza.
Dude, Rex and his fucking... Rex brought so much of this on himself.
He did. Now, he thought that they could, get it.
There won't be two battles going on at the same time. Like, why would you say that out loud?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like going into a hospital and saying, it's quiet here tonight. Like...
yeah, and the Serpent Society still keep reminds me of Cobra from G.I. Joe all the time. I don't know why.
I can see that.
Oh, but the fact is also at Rex the way he was, how he's preparing for it. He goes, first rule, no rolling those eyes. Second rule, get ready, because we are going to relax and chill out until those losers come back. And third rule, there is no third rule. I just love some of the quotes that he's able to put out. As you listeners could tell, I like to throw and sprinkle them in. We could do at the very end, and I'm sure Jamie's
I've got a few.
Yeah. We already mentioned the one that I had from Debbie. It's like he left another planet in ruins and had another child, and I'm still cleaning up after his mess.
Yeah, but I mean the Earth battle, Shrinking Ray going through that eyeball.
Oh yes,
I love the gore. I love the gore.
Well, we've said it before. This is the well, not really the equivalent of The Boys, but it would be an animated version of the equivalent of The Boys.
But because they're working in cartoon, they can be more gory. Like they don't have to do all the effects, practical or special effects.
Yeah,
like it gets to be, watching Komodo Dragon smash two people
together, and to do that practically or CG would cost a ton of money. I know.
Yeah, so they get to do a whole lot of stuff
that they can't do in live action. Yep, that is true. But this would be the equivalent of The Boys when it comes to the gore factor.
Yeah,
they don't really do so much with the cursing as much, but
the gore, it's so gory. I love the gore.
Well, that and the animation is done really well, and as you listeners will hear when you hear the Akira podcast, or if you haven't, when Lara and Rob and myself had covered 1988's Akira, that movie was very innovative with its smoothing effects and animation within it for its time. But then again, it's Japanese animation. The animation for this is very good. It's held in high regard in the sense of it gives you that feel of Saturday morning, the way it's drawn, but there is smoothing within it that makes it very fluid.
Yeah,
with that gives you that feel of Japanimation, as I call it. My friend Juanita would say because it's just animated animation mark Japanese animation. And I just tend to call it Japanimation. But yeah, it's really good in the sense. Yeah, and when you were talking about live action, how they couldn't do it, I find it funny when Rob and I were covering Gen V. There was like one character within it that was kind of crazy. It was the brother of the lead who died, but he was losing his mind. But he would see when he would kill Jamie. It's funny. They were puppets.
Oh,
He sees himself as a puppet, but doing all these because he's super strong, ripping people's heads off. And at the end, you see red glitter come out. And it was their way of saying, well, we don't have that much gore in the budget, so let's just make him Muppets because he's a little crazy and he's a little bit adolescent. But it worked, and it had that humor factor. But at the very end, you see the result of it too, when you see a half carcass hanging from like a light fixture with the vertebrae sticking out, bleeding out. It's like, what did we miss? We want to see that. But yeah, this is definitely the animated equivalent to The Boys in that style.
Even Up in Space, the whatever that skin melding stuff is, I forgot what I'm blanking. What?
The sequids?
The sequids, yeah.
Okay.
Like when they became a mass, like they looked sticky and meaty and gross.
It had a bit of realism, and you could feel it, what it is. Yeah, if they did that realistically, it would have been hard. It would definitely be more of like a John Carpenter's The Thing moment where they all melded together. And I found it, that was a good scene in the sense of Martian when he does explain everything, and they all knew that he was a Martian anyway, and him fessing up. I thought that was pretty cool. But the fact is that the way they're like, oh, what happened? And we get a little quick backstory through the Martian of how when he left, the sequids can't go through their skin or penetrate their skin as Martians, but it can through. He thought, oh, I thought my Martian compatriots would pick him up and figure out before the sequids got to him. And then next thing you know, they became like a hive host to all the sequids, and they were taking over, and they kind of revolted against the Martians, and that's where they're at, and they want to come in and take over. And
that's a scary group, especially with how many of them there are.
Yeah, and they were treated like pets, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Jerry will be upset if I can't remember the name, but it was like a Planet of the Apes movie when, the apes were held as, since dogs and cats were disappeared, they used them as pets, the apes. So it's the same thing, but they didn't really feel that they were going to get overrun by these. Well, in this case, they did.
Yeah.
But not to reference that, but you could find that on Adrenaline Cinema Podcast, everybody. When we get to that. So got to get in touch with Jerry for that stuff.
Yeah, I like the sequids. I thought they were gross.
They look kind of like, of all things, they're going to mention it, like starfish, and the starfish from the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Not to be a little bit too disgusting, but that's what they reminded me of. Yeah. And I just love, we get a little bit more out of Donald too. That was a good moment. Cecil winds up telling him about
that he's a cyborg.
That he's a cyborg, and I love how he says, it's like, Cecil's like, he goes, I thought I had, he goes, I have white room clearance. He goes, well, you had some white room clearance. Now you got full. Comes in, but we see what really happened after Nolan destroyed the house and Donald was in it. So he was killed, technically. The only thing left of him was his brain. They were able to, with the trauma, adjust that, I guess.
Yeah. Cecil's scary, man.
Yeah, he's very manipulative. We knew this from the first season. It's like you want to trust him, you like the character, but there's something manipulative about him.
He's very manipulative. He keeps seemingly using his powers for good, but it's still sketchy.
It is sketchy, and I could see what he's doing with Mark. He's trying to be some sort of father figure to Mark. Well, since Nolan went crazy and destroyed the original Guardians of the Globe, including Immortal, but Immortal came back, unfortunately, because he is immortal. And yeah, it's wild. It's like he's trying to be that way, but and understand Mark, but Mark is independent, and he is a kid, and he still has the heart of a human, but the body of a Viltrumite. And he's still learning to adjust his powers and doing things for the right, which comes from his upbringing from Debbie, as we all know, because she wants him to do the right thing. And Nolan really didn't have much to do with his upbringing, in my opinion. A little bit, but not too much.
Well, he pushed him for the powers. He was always testing him for the powers. He wasn't a great dad.
Yeah.
But he was Mark's dad. And no matter how shitty your parents are, you long for your parents, no matter what.
Yeah, regardless. So I thought that was pretty cool, though. But the other sequences that I did enjoy were Mark's coming back. Definitely we already spoke about it with his talk with Debbie.
Did you see the Easter egg of what Will was reading?
Yes.
That cracked me up.
Yes. You could explain it.
So there was no way to not read this, but Will was reading Total Consciousness, a Philosophical Life by Carl Spackler, which is a Caddyshack reference. That I was cracking up like, oh my God. So Will's got that going for him.
Originally in Caddyshack, that was Bill Murray, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Bill Murray's character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And they say, so got that going for me.
Yeah. So, but also, let's talk about Will. I really did enjoy that. It's like, I love how Mark comes back and he finds out through Will that he's on academic probation because he's been gone. So he was supposed to cover for me. He goes, I can only do so much.
Right.
There's that whole thing about the posters. Put your posters.
Put them all back up.
Yeah. But did you look at the posters in the room with Will and Mark?
No.
Okay, one, he had a poster of Magnum PI.
That fits?
Yeah, not Lady Gaga, but Lady Yaya. Lil Bass.
Okay.
BAS. Like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And it looked like a group photo, but it was like just 3 letters on it, but it reminds me of like another band. I can't remember which, but it's DTF. Because it's Will.
Yeah. I love Will. He's still one of my favorites. He's not as funny as he used to be, but I still like season 1 Will.
Well, that's because it was a reintroduction of him after he came back. So,
and he hasn't gotten as much screen time as he got last season.
Yeah, not him, and even Amber didn't really get as much either.
No.
Yeah, and Amber being the most understanding of girlfriends.
Holy crap! Yeah,
I was waiting for her to smack him or to say we're done, or she's moved on because it's been 2 months. But she understood completely, and it was like, whoa,
she's amazing.
And then on top of that, she had to deal with her grandfather dying while he was away.
And I mean, the one thing you want when a family member dies is someone around you who might be new family.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yes. Yeah. And it would have been great if Mark was there, but the fact that she understood that completely for him going to do what he had to do, and she was just starting to adjust with his powers because he took her, he couldn't take her to France. He only took her to what was it, Vegas, I think, to see the small version of the Eiffel the Eiffel Tower. So I remember that from the first half. I
Well,
think.
he can take her to France. He just couldn't take her to France and back in lunchtime and keep her skin intact.
Yeah, skin will just peel off her skeleton at that point.
Yeah.
He's got to have Adam Eve or Eve just do a bubble
Bubble.
around her and just fly them fast. Because that'll work.
Yeah. They'll do dinner because they were just doing lunch at that time. So if they do dinner, it'll be okay.
I loved how Amber's friends reacted, saying, "Oh, you do exist." And they understood, and they gave them their alone time, and then that's when they had the whole conversation, which was really cool. The one thing that we already spoke a little bit about Donald, but that whole interaction with the other robot that he sees, apparently there's been several versions of it, but it's him dealing with it mentally with the robot because he had a dream of that robot choking him. I'm wondering if that comes into play later on as the season unfolds or finishes up, because this is the last half. So I'm wondering if he has a psychotic break or the robot changes at that point.
Yeah. There's a lot that can go on there.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. And then we didn't get anything else after this because we finally get the ending with Alan the alien and Thaddeus and everything, which is good. Overall, the episode, in my opinion, was done very well. I wouldn't say it was the greatest, best ever episode that we got so far, but to me, I was really enjoying it, and I really do highly recommend it. A lot of people asked me about Invincible, and they said, "Oh, I got to get into it." I said, "They're like, when can I jump into it?" I said, "Well, think about it almost like with a comic book. You never jump in at the very beginning when you start reading comics. Some people don't jump in at the very beginning because it's hard to, because who's going to have the first original Amazing Spider-Man or first X-Men comic or first Invincible comic? Because trust me, to go all the way back that far and even finding a single issue, it's going to cost you a ton of money."
Yes.
Or you get the trade paperback or the omnibus, and that thing is like, I don't know, good 3 to 4 inches thick, I noticed, and it costs like over $100.
I only have one omnibus, and it's such a pain to read.
Which one?
Saga.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's so big and heavy. So heavy.
I have the first omnibus, and when it comes back, when Sandman comes back, I have that one, and I'm like, what is going on here? This thing is huge, but I also it's hardcover, everybody.
It's hardcover. They added extra artwork. Like, that's gorgeous. That's a showpiece.
It's a nice showpiece. Plus, with mine, I lucked out and getting a signed one from Neil Gaiman.
Well, I have some signed Neil Gaiman things now, so I'm not that jealous. I'm not as jealous.
You're not as jealous, which is good.
No, I have what do I have? I have an ABC book that he did signed now.
Oh, okay.
And I have American Gods signed.
The trade or the actual book?
The actual book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I have the trade, and he signed the book for me, and I have How to Pick Up Girls at Parties and the omnibus. I still have to get the second omnibus because there's 2 of them, everybody.
Yeah.
But they're not cheap. I can tell you that. Nope. I went to the Jane Silent Bob's secret stash, and I was hanging around, and Mike was looking at me, and he goes, "Oh, you going to pick that up?" I said, "I can't afford it. It's out of my budget today." He goes, "What? Stop looking at it then." I said,
always look.
I'm not reading it. It's in cellophane. It's sealed, dude. I'm just like,
the reason I have the Saga one is because it got damaged. Like, the back cover got damaged, and it was on discount. I think it was only like $15 for the omnibus. I was like, done.
Well, that's a no-brainer right there. Yeah. Because if all you want to do is just to read it.
Yeah, it's the floppy one. It's not one of the hardcover ones.
Okay, it's like the old Walking Deads that they used to have that were heavy, and you got like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, it's giant, but
they're thick. It's like,
it's so heavy.
We say thick, everybody. We say like 3 to 4 inches thick.
Yeah.
Of paper, and
it's so heavy.
I used to see people at conventions. I think it was it was Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, when they had the whole Walking Dead, not the whole Walking Dead cast, but a lot of the Walking Dead cast. It was right around season 3, and they had a bunch of the actors there. But every person I saw, because they were getting those omnibuses signed,
Yeah.
and I saw some of them with heavy cracks in them because people were still reading them. And it's just, but to see that, and it's like, oh well, at least it's a used one and they're actually using it and they're actually
Yep.
reading it. But yeah, I always highly recommend that. But like I said, they have one for Invincible as well. Not just one, they have like 2 or 3 for Invincible. And Invincible has, I'm forgetting how many issues. It had to be 100 and
It's got to be more than 100.
about close to 300 issues, I believe.
That would make, that makes more sense. And you can also read these online. Like if you don't want all these big things taking up space, there are digital versions of this. It's not as much fun, but for those who either don't have the space or the hand strength or whatever, there are usually digital versions available. Used to be available on Comixology, but Amazon ate that up and now it's part of Kindle, I believe.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that answers that. I was going to say Comixology is another way to do it, but
yeah, because I was using Comixology for a long while, and then I had kids, and I fell off all comics. And I recently have started trying to get back into it, so I pulled up my Comixology account. It's like, you can't add anything. Please go to Kindle. I was like, oh, okay.
That is wild. Interesting.
Well, yeah, I was looking into it, and I guess there was some kind of update where they like messed everything up. Like everything I own, I still own. Like everything I bought before, I still own. It's still in my library, but I couldn't add new stuff to it.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm not really an avid fan. I'm still a physical reader, and I try to get the trade paperbacks at least, so that I'm not spending a crap ton on individual comics anymore. And there's a few that I have because I mentioned to your listeners that I have a tendency of like looking online. There's certain places on Reddit and stuff where you can download PDF that people share. I have like a collection of Uncanny X-Men from the very beginning all the way to like number, like the original series, like 200. And it's all on PDF, but that's a decently sized file. And if you're going to put it on your iPad or Samsung Galaxy tablet or something like that, it takes a lot of space. So keep that in mind if you try to venture for that. But there are communities like that where you could get those because they're older and they're harder to come by, and they don't resubmit them to like Comixology or anything like that. They only have the newer versions of comics that are out that are coming out digitally from the artists. So that's a good way to do it. And obviously, the artist still gets paid. But if you do buy the trades, it actually pays the artist as well too. So it keeps them, in a job, even though it's hard nowadays for comic artists and writers because with all physical media at this point starting to go away, it's very hard.
Yeah. And if you go to the cons, go support the artists.
Yes, go to their booths, try to get something signed from them, talk to them.
Pick up some artwork.
Definitely pick up some artwork.
I have a stack of artwork behind me from my last con that I have to get framed and put up.
Yeah, I plan to definitely go to Terrificon this year, and at Terrificon they get a lot of artists for comics. So, and I think the last time I went to Philly Fan Expo, there was a couple of like Dan Slott was there and a whole bunch of people
there were some really good ones.
Some really good ones. So I walked away with a couple of autographed comics.
Nice.
Yeah. I think the last Terrificon I went to, no, not the last one, the one before the pandemic I went to, I got to meet Chris Claremont.
Ooh.
And I got to in a conversation with him. He signed issue 100 of X-Men, Uncanny X-Men for me. Yeah, that was the biggest issue at the time, way back when, because it hit that number 100 mark. But it was a used copy. Obviously, but I think it only cost me like $5. But
nice.
He was more than willing to sign it. But if I got it CGC graded, unless somebody's there to actually vouch for it, it doesn't. They'll just say it's just a scribble on the comic.
Yeah, whatever.
Even though some people could decipher it and legally state, hey, this is really his autograph.
Yeah, I get these autographs from me. They're all made out to me. I'm not worried about selling it later. That's my kid's problem when I pass away.
With me, I do CGC grading for ones that aren't signed. Like I have Secret Wars issue number 8, which is the first Black Suit Spider-Man. I got The Dark Knight by Miller. I should get my Watchmen because I bought them. All of them were original bought when they first came out. So,
Oh, wow.
But those were my original. I got them right off the rack. I was 12 years old when Secret Wars issue number 8 came out. I was buying that right off the rack. And I remember when I bought it, I went back the next day to see if I could get another copy because I just loved it so much. They were out. The guy at the, it wasn't even a comic book store. It was like a baseball cards and comic book shop next to the arcade place I used to go to in Great Kills in Staten Island. Miller's, it was called. And and next thing you know, about a week later, he had it on the wall, and he was charging like $30.
Whoa!
Because it was such a sought after book at that point. And I was like, I ain't paying. I don't got that kind of money. I'm a little kid. I have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have issues number 2 all the way up to 35. I got to get the first magazine style ones that came out. I think the first 4 issues were like that. And I have 2 to 4, and I want to get them CGC graded, and they're really good condition. And I look when I go to cons, I laugh and I look at the price. I'm like, I could sell for that. I'm not selling it anytime soon. I just want it so I have the cover and I could actually display it.
Right.
But if I wanted to read it, I could easily buy the trade paperbacks that are out there. And my friend Eric did that recently with TMNT. And he's trying to get his kids involved in reading that. So Griffin and his other son and his daughter are reading all that stuff. But he's more of a DC guy. But we kind of walked away a little bit, but we got into cool information for you people out there that are listening about comic books and comics and how to get into Invincible if you're interested. I've said it before. And Jamie has said it before that we have not read the comic completely.
I tried.
I've read maybe a few smatterings of the issues that I've had.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I think I read the first 2 on Comixology, and I didn't like the artwork. Now the artwork changed later, and it was a lot better. I just didn't get back into it.
Yeah, it was very much like what Robert Kirkman did with The Walking Dead. He started off with a different artist, and then he changed the artist halfway towards the latter half of Invincible. And I have the last 15.
No, Invincible, it changed pretty early on. It changed within the first 20.
Well, so did Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Tony was gone after like the first 3 or 4 issues, I think.
Yeah.
And then it was Adler after that. Somebody actually said that Adler was doing a con recently. I forgot who.
Oh, I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, I would like to meet him as well. But we'll see what happens. Just got to keep your eyes open out there, people. Convention season is among us again.
Yay, conventions.
But I guess that could be put under comic book news. But
yes, that was our comic book news. Did you have
really.
anything else about the show to talk about? Did we finish talking about the show?
I think we covered it as much as we could.
I had one tiny comment.
Sure.
It ended on an old school, like Batman 66 style cliffhanger.
That is true.
How are our heroes going to make it out of this? Like, that's what it felt like as you saw the wave coming over.
That is true.
It felt so Batman 66 to me.
Yeah. Imagine they had this. Well, they could have somebody do the voice. Ross Marquand is a perfect mimic for it.
Yeah.
So he could do that. In the next episode of Invincible.
Yeah. Like, it was just like that cliffhanger was just so. Sometimes I get mad at cliffhangers, but this one I was like, nope, this feels absolutely right. This feels like a good throwback. I like it.
Well, think about the first half in episode 4. We were complaining back then. It's like, oh, we only get 4 episodes. And then they're going to come back. I think we have a total of 8 or 10 episodes for this season. I think it's 8.
I want to say it's 8. 8 sounds right.
So that's probably why they broke it up in first half, second half. So, but if you look at the first half on episode 4, it ended on a cliffhanger too.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it's
Yeah,
nice.
only 8 episodes. I just looked it up.
Yeah. As far as anything else comic news related, which is pretty interesting, Rob and I got into a whole discussion about Marvel, what's coming up with the MCU and stuff like that. The cool part is more and more is coming about Deadpool Wolverine. Henry Cavill is being cast, and it's confirmed that he's in it. We don't know exactly what. Speculation is that he's another variant of Wolverine, which would be interesting.
Interesting.
So if they do get Affleck in there as his Daredevil, or it doesn't even have to be as Daredevil, he could even be Matt Murdock for all we know, and just didn't have another version of him and then Deadpool killing him or something. I don't know. But if they had Cavill and Affleck in the same scene, it would be funny, because then you got Batman and Superman in a freaking Marvel film together. Batfleck and Cavill.
That would be fun.
There's also we already know, and it's confirmed, that there's a character of Patch in the movie itself, and I'm speculating and I'm thinking like more, and a lot of people are trying to be more pushing it, that it's Daniel Radcliffe as Patch, which is Wolverine. It's
Harry Potter.
Yep, Harry Potter. But if you looked at Danny Radcliffe when he worked out for one movie, he was ripped.
Well, and that play he was doing on Broadway.
Yes.
He was really ripped for it. It's escaping me. It was about a horse.
Yeah, I remember when it came out.
Yeah. But he was ripped for that too.
And a lot of women enjoyed that because he showed his wand on stage.
Yes. I did not go see that.
But yeah, but I think he'd be perfect for it. And he's the perfect height and size. And I could see him with the hair and everything. And he's outgrown that whole Harry Potter kid thing. So, you know, he's more in line for adult roles. Look at Swiss Army Man. Look at Horns was another one.
Horns was so good.
That was an interesting one.
I love that book, and the movie was really good too. That's something nobody's seen.
I've seen it. You've seen it.
You and I watch weird things.
Yeah, that is true. But if actually, you could probably find it on Tubi. And I think I was in a client's house after I finished up their TV. We were waiting for them to come back and sign something. Me and my buddy Steve were sitting there, and he goes, "What are we gonna do? I guess we sit here and watch TV and wait for them to come back." So we were watching it. I forgot where it was. It was on something that was free available through their apps, and I was like, and the husband walks in. He goes, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, sorry." He goes, "No, I don't mind horror movies, but what is this?" I said, "It's called Horns." And he goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, if you haven't seen Horns, I recommend it. I recommend reading the book more, but
yeah, it's an interesting take. I didn't know anything about the actual book itself, but I did enjoy the movie.
Book is Joe Hill, Stephen King's son.
Oh, okay. Is it a comic or is it a regular book?
It's a regular book. It's a novel.
All right. So yeah, check that out. Another recommendation for you people.
Yep.
But like I was saying, Radcliffe as Patch, and it's literally Wolverine in Madripoor, which everybody, if you've been following it, we did cover Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we did get a glimpse of Madripoor in there. So we know it is Madripoor because based on the signs and the bar that's there, that is the character of Patch. And he's not really Wolverine. He doesn't act out. He's not. He's literally like a money hustler, kind of like a mobster in Madripoor. So that's what that particular character is. So I have a funny feeling they wind up killing him too, because obviously this is a Deadpool movie more than anything than a Wolverine Deadpool. But the take is that he kills the Marvel universe. It's like that was also another comic run that was out there, everybody, so you could check that out. But and if you're definitely a moviegoer, something that I happened upon was I was looking to get the Marvel's popcorn holder, and they have these at AMC theaters. So they have limited edition ones, especially with the new Dune one that's out there.
Yeah, everybody knows about that one.
Everybody knows about that one.
The last con I was at, the costume contest, the sexiest person was the Dune popcorn holder.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny.
It was hysterical. I turned around at one point and I was like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like I saw him walking the con floor. It's like, that's the best costume I've ever seen. That's hysterical.
Well, at least it's not the one that I saw at Monster Mania one year when a person was walking around. I'm like, why are they walking around with a half a horse? And they were reenacting the never ending story with the horses.
Oh, no.
In the swamp. And it loses some. What is it, Atreyu? I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'll never. I watched that movie last year. I'm like, maybe I should let my kids watch. Nope, my kids are never watching this. There is way too much trauma in this movie.
Well, I'm surprised because it is a PG film, but it has a lot of trauma in it, and it could cause trauma.
We were allowed to watch things when we were kids that kids today are not allowed to watch.
No, well, even look at Labyrinth. The baby gets stolen.
My kids are not watching that either.
Especially
not until they're 12, at least.
Well, especially when you got Muppets taking their heads off and bouncing them around.
Yeah, no. No, I keep watching stuff. I forgot. I went to show them Land Before Time. Well, my son was too young at the time. I forgot the mom dies in the beginning.
Well, then don't let them watch Bambi either.
I remembered Bambi. I forgot in the Land Before. I just remember Ducky and like this big adventure. And I put the movie. We didn't make it past that scene. She started hysterically crying. I couldn't calm her down. We can't watch Land Before Time now.
Aw. The kid who loves Freddy Krueger.
Oh, she loves real life horror. But TV horror is a different thing.
Well,
she likes Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice we watch.
Well, then she'll love when Beetlejuice 2 comes out.
She's counting down. Anyway, back to task at hand.
Well, we already did comic news. We kind of digressed as we usually do, and we like to have fun with that, but that also makes for fun conversation out there, everybody. I got one podcast recommendation. That would be through Podcastica, and that would be the Buffy First podcast, Still Slaying. I was a guest host on there twice so far. So I've been doing at least one season at a time, which is funny. So Steve was on there not too long after I was, which is pretty cool. Before he went away for vacation and go to New Zealand and meet Onwin. And I highly recommend it. If you're into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, check it out. The first part of the podcast, once you start it, you're going to be like, where did season 1 go? Well, they didn't cover season 1. They did highlights of season 2. I did the Halloween episode because I prefer that one. And for the third season, which they're doing completely now, which is great, I covered Homecoming, which I really did enjoy because it reminded me, and that's where the impetus of Cabin in the Woods came from.
Ah.
So that was that episode. That's where JW, who we'll just call him JW because my respect for him went out the door once all the accusations and apparently factual information about what he did to people on set came to light. I could still enjoy the material that was out there that he did cover because obviously Marvel. He did Dollhouse. He did Firefly. So I'm just not going to watch this stuff anymore. I love it. I still do, but I just don't want to have to see him. So
yeah, I mean, I can't totally take Firefly out of my life.
No, especially with Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk, and if you're not watching Resident Alien, you are missing out.
Oh, I have to catch up with that. Oh man,
it's the funniest show on television, hands down.
Oh, he's perfect character in it.
There's no one else in the world who could do it other than Alan Tudyk. Like he's absolutely amazing. You need to be watching Resident Alien.
And on Freevee, if you want, this was an Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion project that they did a while ago. It's on Freevee, which is Amazon, which honestly, same thing with Invincible, but unfortunately with Amazon now, you're still getting ads. You're getting ads now.
I didn't know what happened. All of a sudden, I'm watching. I'm like, why am I watching an ad?
Because for $14 more a month,
they get enough of my money.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mr. Bezos has enough of my money.
Yeah, but Freevee is the same thing. Freevee is what started it, but that's through Amazon. So I'm okay with it. I'm like, all right, I get an ad every 20 minutes for a 2-hour movie or something like that. So to me, I don't mind it as much. I also use Tubi, which does the same thing, and CinemaScape, I think, is another one.
I'm
But
also old and remember when there were a lot of commercials and that's when you get up to pee, so it's okay.
yeah, that is true. But you could probably find it there. But Con Man is the name of the and it's a bunch of shorts, obviously, everybody. It's like they're maybe like 10, 15 minutes long per episode, but they have 2 seasons full. And it's pretty funny because it's like literally think of Tudyk playing himself, but going to conventions, but he's still trying to get a major part in a major film. One of them is like a Clint Eastwood film too, and Nathan Fillion plays the same, like as if it was him, but a different character of a
Oh,
different
that's
name.
fun.
But and the worst version of himself that he could be. So he's full of himself. Henry Rollins is in it. A whole bunch of like any convention goer that goes to cons will see some people in it and go, "Oh my god, it's a who's who of actors and stars and stuff that you get to enjoy watching." But it's funny as hell to watch because they don't hold anything back. But it's the like this misadventures of this particular actor and stuff.
That's awesome.
So I highly recommend that. You can, like I said, you can find it on Freevee, which is part of Amazon. So a little plug there for that. I don't really have anything for YouTube, but
Yeah.
we'll go into and where you could find us. So Jamie, you've been on a bunch of stuff, including here, but where else can people hear you?
I mean, you want to listen to, I'm not scheduled for anything new, but you want to listen to some old stuff, you can find me on, well, if you like Mark and I, we did the Sandman cast.
Yes.
That's come back next year, I think.
It is.
And
Actually,
then,
within this year, I think it went back into production. So
it went back into production, but yeah. Wilhelm that we talked about before about the Halloween episodes. And then watched it in the 80s. I'm on a few episodes, Friday the 13th and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Adrenaline Cinema.
Adrenaline Cinema. Yep.
Yeah. So
you should listen to the Goonies one. That's one of my favorites that I've ever done.
Yep, we did that one. That was fun to do. The if you wanted to get to listen to Sandman Cast, all you have to go to is podcastica.com. So while you're there, go to podcastica.com, check out Sandman Cast, check out all the other podcasts that they do. They have a lot of them going on at the same time right now. So so you have a lot to choose from. So
I'm waiting for
covered.
Extraordinary Cast to get released because that's another show nobody's watching that should be watching.
They are releasing it, I thought.
Oh, maybe my app gets weird, so maybe I gotta go in and find it.
I know Greg and Penny have been recording it, so I still have to get back into Extraordinary.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I know, I know.
It's so funny. Not as good as Resident Alien, but pretty close.
Pretty close, but also I've been watching like other things. By the way, listeners, I love Apple TV, but I had gotten a few things and they have bundle sales. So if you're into sci-fi and comedy, I got Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine for like $25 each for the series. And the same thing with Battlestar Galactica as well, the series. That's the newer series, not the 70s. So check that out too. They have some cool stuff there. Not to plug Apple, but you could hear me right here on Pounds to Pixels podcast as always. Adrenaline Cinema podcast, my other podcast, as you all know. We should be coming back with that. We've been taking a hiatus. I took a long hiatus of like over 2.5 months after I finished Monarch with Ben Beck, which was a Wilhelm Podcastica podcast for Monarch Legacy of Beasts. So I was there, the co-host with Ben Beck on that. You could hear me there as well, and that's on podcastica.com. You could hear me on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition. Right now, they're taking a little bit of a longer break because Rob's looking to buy a house. So he's got a lot of stuff going on, but you could hear him on the Akira episode of Panels to Pixels podcast. So check that out with him and Lara and myself. And we digressed a lot there too. We kind of talked about The Crow that's coming out and our thoughts about that because Lara and I had covered it. So if you want to take a good listen to that of a lot of rambling.
If there wasn't an original, the new one looks good, but there was an original. There's no need for the new one. That's my personal take.
Yep, I think that's what Lara and Rob and I both all said at the same time. But we will most likely be covering that movie as well. If Lara's interested, and if not, somebody else will come on. She'll probably be like, I didn't like it, I don't want to cover it or something. But we'll find out. We are coming back with Adrenaline Cinema podcast to do Interview with a Vampire when that comes out in May. So when the second season comes out, we're going to do that episodically. Before then, we will be doing the actual movie Interview with a Vampire that came out in the 90s. So you can hear Danny, Lara, Rima, and myself on that and covering that movie.
Rima's going to do it too?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So, and then Rima might actually come on for the actual season as well on occasion. New news that's out there that we've covered here before is Snowpiercer is coming back next year, and it's going to be on AMC Plus. So the final season that they filmed that they did not release on TNT, AMC bought it out, and they're going to release it in the beginning of 2025. So look forward to us covering that when that comes out, whether it be Kat, Steve, myself. I'm not sure about Daphne. Daphne's on multiple amounts of podcasts lately on Podcastica. So she's more than welcome to come back. So I'm just waiting to hear of what people want to do. Trying to get Steve back on. So Steve and I are definitely going to be doing Echo.
Steve is traveling the world right now.
Yeah, he's traveling. But when he does get back, we mentioned about doing Echo. Echo's been far and gone from Disney Plus, and people have already covered it. But we will talk about the whole series as a discussion, and then what we liked about it, how it fits in with the MCU, the future of the MCU, especially with that particular character, comparisons of it with something else that I saw on What If. And speaking of What If, we started to cover it and then we kind of stopped because nobody was really coming on. I would probably do a wrap up of the overall season. I couldn't keep up. And when it came out every day during the holiday season, when it's a heavy workload of what I do is, retail home theater installation that I do. I'm not saying where exactly I work, but it gets very hard to, maneuver and schedule and navigate within that as well as edit. I have a few of those episodes to upload. Rob and I covered Losers, so that would be available both on Adrenaline Cinema podcast and here as well. It's going to be, I'm just going to double release it because it's got Jeffrey D. Morgan, Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana. It's got a whole slew cast, so we had a great time and enjoyed covering that when that came out. So when that comes out, check for that. But other than that, that was our show. But I want to let you know about our feedback. So I haven't been really updating, but you can find us on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast player of choice. So if there's a rating or review, which there usually is for Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it would be highly appreciated if you could actually give us 5 stars and actually typing in a little bit of a review. Word of mouth is great too, to tell somebody and have us be noticed a little bit more. So get more people involved in listening to us. You could go to piratecoreentertainment.com. Eventually I'll have a link for Panels to Pixels podcast on there. I didn't update the website, so I'm going to just try to keep links together so that way everything is consolidated within Pirate Core Entertainment. For you to submit any theories and feedback, all you have to do is go to our Facebook group, which would be facebook.com/panels to pixels. You could just comment on the images below. I put a bunch of them there, so for whatever we're covering, do so. Same thing with Adrenaline Cinema podcast. You could email us at panelstopixels1@gmail.com. Panels is spelled out panels, 2 is spelled out TO, pixels and the number 1 at Gmail. You could just type out a regular texted email and we'll read it on the podcast. Or if you want to be part of the podcast in any way, shape, or form, that would be just recording your voice and sending it as an attachment through the email. And then I could play it here and you'll be part of the podcast and we'll talk about your feedback while it's happening.
Maybe keep us on track a little more.
Yeah.
You want to stop us from rambling? Give us something else to do.
Yeah, exactly. We can be found on YouTube. All you have to do is search for Panels to Pixels podcast. And we ask that you do subscribe, give a like, and ring that bell to be notified whenever an episode is up. We have some interviews that are up there from the guys from Comic Book Men.
Good ones.
Check that out. You could probably see my panel with Tony Moore, but it's also another way for people to listen to the podcast as well. So follow that. Don't put in just Panels to Pixels because you'll find Josh. And I know he's prettier than I am and he's got the nice hair and the British accent. But I love what Josh does. But his is a little bit of different type of YouTube and podcast style. So I'm not saying don't listen to him.
But if you're looking for us, you're not going to find us.
Exactly. So do all that. So with that, that was our coverage of Invincible Season 2, Episode 5. And I just want to thank everyone for listening.
Thank you. I'm Jamie.
And this was Panels to Pixels podcast. And we'll see you on the next panel. Goodbye.